Good evening and welcome to Chasing Prophecy on the UFO Paranormal Radio Network. I'm Jenny Nicasio, along with my co-host Sean Kelly, Jason Ian-Petro from Pittsburgh Paranormal. Remember to like us on YouTube and follow us on Instagram and Twitch TV. We're part of a group of passionate paranormal investigators who are interested in hearing your unusual paranormal activity in your home or business. We pick up what the human eye can't see. Together with our team of professional paranormal investigators like Sean and Jason and the rest of them, they'll gather the information they find and they'll put it on a CD for you or a flash drive. And you can find Pittsburgh Paranormal on their Facebook page, Pittsburgh Paranormal Society. Drop them a message, or you can find them on chasingprophecy.com. Happy Thursday, everyone. Glad to see you again, guys.
Thursday.
Yes.
Hey, happy Thursday.
Hey, guys, how are you this evening?
Oh, doing fantastic. Super excited for this upcoming weekend and just trying to contain my excitement for now. And great to be on the show before we head there. You know, we can talk a little bit about that later on if you want. And
Yes, of course.
let's see what happens.
I was out hunting certain, groundhog because he said that we were going to have 6 more weeks of winter, and I'm not very happy about it. So, and I think that can be a big, burden to you guys when you try to do investigations if the roads are bad, isn't it?
Yeah, it can be, just a figure of getting there and stuff, but that's where 4-wheel drive.
But
Let's
it
go.
never held us back.
Yeah, it never held you back.
Held us back.
I was hoping to listen to some of your investigations from last week, but they were canceled. So sadly, they were canceled, weren't they?
Yeah. The client messaged us last minute and change of plans, for now. But we told them that if anything happens in the future, to please get a hold of us and we'll set up an appointment and get everything squared away.
Yeah. So Jason, you got some new equipment. So we're going to talk about that later in the show.
All right.
Tonight's show is on the Kinsman House, and you guys had an investigation not too long ago there, so we're going to talk about that tonight. I'm so excited. We have the curator and fellow paranormal investigator on the show, but before we get started, I wanted to thank our good friends at Audible. Winter's the perfect time to give it a try. There are so many ways to hear great paranormal stories. There's a lot on there that you don't like to read. You can just hit play and check them out. There's a lot of paranormal stories. You can download the titles and listen to them offline anytime, anywhere. The app is free, and you can be installed on all your devices without losing your spot either, which I like out because I'm always losing my spot everywhere I go. But if you can't decide what to listen to, don't worry. It'll pick it up. So you can go to our website, chasingprophecy.com. There's a link there. Just click the link, or you can go to www.audibletrial.com/chasingprophecy radio, and you can get that free membership. So moving on.
Cool.
Okay. Since childhood, our guest Melanie Vinson has had paranormal experiences, so much so she became a paranormal investigator, and her love of history is known now because she's also on the board of, I believe, the board of directors of the Warren Heritage Center, and she's a curator at the Kinsman House in Warren, Ohio. Melanie, welcome to Chasing Prophecy.
Thank you.
Hey,
I'm happy
Mel.
to be here.
Hey, Mel.
Hi.
Welcome.
Great
Thank
to have you. I was reading your bio. Wow. You went on all those investigations, which I found really interesting. But I noticed you said that I took some notes down that since childhood you've had these paranormal experiences. Can you tell us any that stick out in your mind that you remember?
When I was about 13, 14, my mom had moved into this house that it just had like nonstop activity going on. I was touched on the leg when I went to go to bed, thought it was maybe my brother or sister, and turned on the light and nobody was in there with me. Turned the light back off, touched me again. I got up and left. At one point in time, I had something looking through the window at me. I tell my mother, she gets up and she opens the door and said, if you want to come in and watch TV that bad, come on in. After that, I had lights turning on and off, doors opening on their own.
Oh,
and my
wow.
wouldn't even come in the house. He stayed outside. He would not come in for nothing. In the basement, that area felt so heavy when you went in there. I mean, it as a kid, and I didn't know what was going on. Oh, that scared the life out of me. Didn't know what to say, think, or do.
Did anybody else in the house have the same experiences?
My mother was in denial. She
Mhm.
denied me, or denied everything. Oh, hold on a minute.
I think we're losing you.
Okay, well, I'm better. My mom, she didn't believe in me. My sister and brother, they did. And then I talked to friends, but back then it was, you don't talk about the ghost because that's not real.
Yeah, we all know that.
That's a fact.
Yeah, that is
You know,
crazy. That is,
it's like
yeah.
nobody wants to believe in it until they see it. And I'm kind of one of those people myself, but I always
Yeah.
believed until, but not fully until I actually witnessed it in my house, which is kind of similar to what you're talking about.
Yeah. So, Melanie, tell us about, okay, so you're on the board of the Warren Heritage Center, and I was looking at the website and I'm looking at all the different pictures of the house. So tell us about the Kinsman House and give us give the people who haven't, we're all over the country and internationally, they might not know about the Kinsman House. Tell us about it. Like I know you said that President Garfield was a visitor of the family.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. The house was built in 1832. It was a wedding present to Olive and Frederick Kinsman. Her father had built the house for them as a wedding present.
Mm-hmm.
And back then, I think it cost like $1,500 to build the house. It was built on what is known as Millionaire's Row here in Warren, Ohio. We have 20 rooms to the house. Paranormal wise, I believe that Olive is still in the house. She passed away 3 years after the house was built. She had 3 children there. All 3 children died young. Then she passed away, and I've heard her in the house, basically. Back to history, though, we have the house stayed in the family for 100 years. Frederick remarried to Cornelius Peace after Olive passed away. Together, they had 5 children and didn't really seem to have any issues. They were a very political family at the time. And yes, President Garfield had made many visits to the house and had talked with Frederick. I guess he was more of a political advisor at the time. He was also mayor of Warren, a judge, very prominent family in the area. So the house stayed in the family for 100 years. Then it was deeded over to Hiram College. Dana School of Music, which was a local school, needed an accredited college in the area. So Hiram, the last kinsman, she deeded the house over to the Hiram College so that Dana School of Music could have a accredited college in the area. Unfortunately, that didn't stay very long. That lasted for about 3 years. By 1938, that the school didn't have enough funds to stay going. It was during the Great Depression. So then the house was left abandoned. It was owned by Trumbull County for, up until about 15 years ago, when the city of Warren had got the possession of the house. And from there, the Warren Heritage Center had put in a shepherding agreement to care for the house and bring it back because it was in really bad disarray when the Heritage Center got a hold of it. So that gets us up to where I'm at today, where I have opened it up for ghost hunts because I have experienced a few things in there myself.
Yeah, that's fascinating. Jason, you any thoughts on that?
Yeah, speaking of the house and ghost hunting, there was we actually had quite a few highlights from that evening that was just actually incredible. There was one part when we were in the main bedroom, and we just set a REM pod up, a piece of equipment I just got, and we asked, the spirit. There was a group of us, and we're like, hey, Frederick, if you're in here, you can lay down on the bed and get comfortable. And as soon as we said that, the REM pod just hit real quick, just a real quick one, and that's actually on video. So I have video footage of that. I think the most exciting part I had there was when we were doing the spirit box session and we found out about the people in that photo. I can't remember their name. Hopefully you can help me out with that one, Melanie. Do you remember we were figuring out what spirit was there, and it was the one person in that one photo you brought into was that the library? No, the music room, I think.
The
Sean,
mural.
you remember?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of that picture.
I
Wasn't it
have
with the
lots of,
slaves?
I think it was.
we don't
It
have
was with the
we
slaves.
had
It
pictures
was.
of employees, but we didn't have slaves at the house. As a matter of fact, the house was a stop on the Underground Railroad, so there was no slaves there. There
Right.
was employees, but no
That's what I meant. My bad. My bad.
slaves.
My bad. Okay, Mel, you can take my throat after.
I
Hey,
love you.
listen. I know that. I love you too, sweetheart. Now, our friend Russ, he was there with us, and we have a group member, Julia, and she left the room or went somewhere else into the house, and Russ heard that lady's voice, which we do believe is Olive. Okay. Um, so, but what fascinated me the most was when we were in the music room, where I think it was when we were doing the EVPs. Um, those lights on the outside came on real quick. Now, are they set on a timer or did something happen to where the lights went out?
They are
On.
set on a timer, but I shut them off.
You
And
shut
for
them
some
off and
reason,
they.
I shut them off prior to you guys coming in, and for some reason they kicked back on. They normally don't do that.
Right.
That was pretty cool because we were right in the middle of that
That was-
spirit box session, getting a lot of activity and answers to questions, and then remembering the lights just went off like that. That was quite interesting, honestly.
Wow.
But
Hey,
that was a good investigation. It got a little intense towards the end later on in the evening. We'll get back to that some later on in the show.
hey, Melanie, I was looking at some of your the website and Facebook. I know this is kind of off topic, well, with hauntings, but I noticed that they did a Resident Evil film in the house.
Of Resident Evil?
Yeah.
No. Resident Undead, maybe?
Yes, that's it.
Okay, that was what's his name? From West Virginia, I think.
The Mothman.
Oh, well.
That's okay. I saw the pictures. I thought it was kind of interesting.
They did
So
a video on the house. Yeah, they did a brief one. We've had a few
pretty
different ones.
interesting. And okay, you did some remodeling. Okay, what part of the house? Because you sent me some pictures. What part of the house is the original furnishing?
There are no original furnishings to the house.
Oh, okay.
And Trumbull County took possession of the house. They auctioned everything off.
Oh,
So there are no original possessions to the house. I mean,
nice.
everything that we have now are new donations that were donated to us for the house.
Do you have any pictures of the original furnishing that you can try to match it?
What we have are a few photos around the house, but at this present time, it's not feasible to be making replicas just yet.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so my question is, okay, so why is it that you think that the house originally has paranormal activity? I mean, besides, is there evidence to prove it?
I have a little bit, yes. I've had a lot of people come back and give me a lot of personal experiences. The first time that I walked into this house to just take a tour of the house, I was touched on the arm. And then the girl that was with me, she got touched on the arm. She was right behind me. And so this is where I went to Jim Valesky, the president of the Heritage Center, and told him I need to investigate this.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't long after that I became a board member. But anyhow, my first investigation, I did an EVP session in the mural room.
Okay.
And I had asked for the entities to tell me who they are so I could address them properly while I'm in the house. And across the ghost box, the SB7, it said Olive, plain as day, in a female voice. And then it come across again to reconfirm because I asked it again. And then I had another name, but I can't find him anywhere in history. And the name was Croker. I've searched the history beyond belief and I can't find him. But yeah,
Croker.
names. Down in the basement area, with the first investigation that I had done there, I had gotten another EVP where it just said, "Hey guy," just out of the blue, "Hey guy." Don't know where that was coming from.
Mm-hmm.
There was another experience where I had a ghostly gathering going on there where I teach people to ghost hunt. And down in the basement, we all saw a shadow figure, a male shadow figure down there.
And you saw the shadow figure with your regular eyes, no camera,
Yes.
no special effects.
Right. I mean, we just seen this big shadow standing there. And then another.
I wouldn't like that. I don't like shadow people.
I love this
Peekaboo,
place.
here I am.
Yeah, shadow people.
I was looking. We had a Christmas event going, and I was looking up at the banister, and I had noticed an entity kind of lean over and look down and see what was going on, and then back away and dissipate. That I believe was Olive looking to see what was going on.
Yeah, we actually got it on video, didn't we, Jason? To where we actually saw a shadow going up the steps.
I'm not sure if I caught that on my video. I think that might have been Russ.
I think Russ got that one.
From those who have investigated, yeah, I've heard that quite a bit.
Because I did set up one surveillance camera though in that one doorway, see if anything would come out. And unfortunately, I caught some orbs, but no full apparition yet. But hopefully, on a future investigation, we'll get one.
Yeah.
Did you say? Did you mention someone died in the house? Melanie, how many people died in the house?
Well, I know that Olive passed away in the house. And that was back in 1838. She had 3 children that passed away. As far as the rest of the family, I couldn't tell you for sure, except for the final kinsman, Mrs. Thomas Kinsman. She was the last one there when she passed away in the house.
Did they ever hear children? I mean, because you said 3 children died in the house?
Yes.
And what did they die from? Influenza?
There's no record.
No record.
No record. No record of how Olive passed away either. I got the article that says she passed away, but it doesn't say how. As well as the children, it just doesn't say how.
Speaking of the children, Sean just reminded me. I got a lot of evidence, on my mind and everything, so it slipped my mind for a second. But in the living room where there's that fireplace, I was reviewing video footage. I actually caught a spirit. It resembles the size of a child looking like towards the cameras from the fireplace, like he was standing like right outside of it. And I actually posted that up on Instagram.
Wow.
You can see I took a before picture where there's nothing, and then the next frame you see it looks like a child's spirit looking right at the camera. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I've actually heard like little feet running back and forth upstairs while I was downstairs. I had a couple of psychic friends over there giving them a tour. And once we made it back downstairs, we heard several times feet prints running back and forth.
Nice.
That's interesting. I noticed on your bio too that you've been on you went to every one of those houses you mentioned. What you want to let us know? What was your most memorable?
They all have their own different stories. I guess the most memorable would be Middle Point School.
Middle Point School. Why was that?
On the other side of Ohio, because I was grabbed.
Oh, you really were?
Lucky ghost. What a lucky ghost.
And did you stay there all night? Is it like abandoned? Is there anything in the school?
Well, it started off with one of the other investigators, Heather. She had mentioned that her batteries died. And then I was mocking her that mine were still running. And that's when I got grabbed. And then this thing went up on stage, triggered a motion censored toy that I have. And then from there, it scared another woman who was a police officer. She pulled the gun on the toy.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, my God.
It smacked Heather in the head.
Not today, Toy Story. Bop, bop.
That's about it too. And then during the night, we heard while we're trying to sleep in the hallways there, we heard running around going on in the hallways, and we were all in one room together, so it wasn't any of us.
I can see
Now,
it
are
now.
you there all
Tonight
night,
on
or is it
Channel
just
5.
till like a certain time?
There we was all night. We spent the night, and then, I mean, we had air mattresses and all packed up the next morning, kind of, yeah.
And what's the story behind Middle Point School?
Now, what's his name? Austin Maynard. He is running those over in that area. He's got a few different buildings that he opens up. This particular school, I guess, a few years back, there was a few deaths in the area, and the FBI was involved.
Oh, wow.
And Austin went on and he said something about he was doing an EVP session and was led right to the house where the FBI was. So that's as far as I know of that. Prior to that, all I knew was a decayed school.
It's just an old school.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what they should do with a lot of the different buildings. There's a building. Maybe you know something about it. Maybe you can do some research on this and get back to us. Sean and Jason have been wanting to go to the old Clark building in North Versailles.
Yeah.
It was a Clark mansion. It used to be owned by the Clark bars. Do you know anything about that?
No, I don't, but I'm interested now.
Yeah, it's in North Versailles, you guys said, and it's on what do they they're asking like 147 for it?
Yeah, like I think of like 147 because that was like the same thing. You know, there was one big mansion, and I think there was 5 houses total in that area that were all the families, and the one that was across from where we were investigating, that one just had some serious bad vibes and bad spirits, and that was what actually the spirits from there were messing with the family we were helping. So we're trying to get in there so we can check it out.
Well, if you get in there, let me know.
I wish like the Heritage Society out this way would think about, because how old is the house? It's like 1850. Is that how old it is?
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. But
it's beautiful.
Creepy.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Like it would be great if we could actually like do both houses, like the one that had all the real bad vibes and that's part of the houses that were there, and then the one that's for sale, just to see if there's anything different there. So we're trying to find the right people to get a hold of to possibly make this happen. And
I say just call the realtor up and let's go look at it and tell them maybe they can hook you up with the owner before they actually do sell it.
Could you see us go and the realtor like letting us in, and we just roll in with like cases of equipment? They're like, "What are you doing?" Like,
why,
hey, we gotta,
what would they do?
Why not, buddy? We'll do that.
Haunted house.
We gotta see if there's spirits here before we make an offer.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, I don't know.
If it's not haunted, we don't want it.
Melanie,
everybody wants a haunted house.
Get the like I know the Norwin has a historical society, and I'm sure Allegheny County in Pittsburgh does too. I don't know who to contact because I think it would be something really what you're doing now. When you go on ghost tours, now does the Heritage Society get the donation? Is that how it works?
The Heritage Center?
Yeah,
most of it, yes.
Okay.
They get we charge $350 for 8 o'clock to 2 a.m. is our normal.
It ain't a bad
It's
deal.
something that's run by me for researchers. And so I keep a percentage of it for my costs for food and whatnot. And then the rest of it goes back into the Heritage Center. Yes.
Yeah, that's something that they should do. I mean, because there's a lot of old houses out this way. A lot of old houses that are up for sale and nobody wants because, either they're in the bad location or they're haunted.
Hey, Melanie, do you think that the Heritage Center would ever consider like doing weekend-long investigations? In the sense that like paranormal groups like us, when we drive, out there, it's kind of hard driving all the way back in the middle of the night. But if we had like a whole weekend to investigate, is that something they might ever think about?
Probably not, because there's no shower in the building.
Okay.
Well, I guess you
I
don't
think
have
there's
to
that
take a
hotel
shower.
nearby, isn't there? I think all you say that.
Hotel, well, the Best Western Park Hotel is like basically right across the street in the square.
Okay.
And stay there. That building is actually haunted as well. It's active.
Whoa.
That's a one-stop shop.
Let's
Well,
go.
I guess you could take a bath or shower the night before. Maybe have just one night overnight.
I haven't even spent the night there, so I'm going to have to put together a sleepover.
That would be interesting.
Okay.
Slumber
That would be
party.
great.
Well, we're getting close to the end of the guest segment, but I just want to ask you. Okay, I was in your bio. You do other. What is your paranormal? Do you have your own paranormal club?
Yeah, I have my own team, researchers investigating the paranormal.
Researchers investigating the paranormal. And how many do you have in your group?
Right now we have 7.
Okay. Did you guys ever think of teaming up with Sean's group and go on a big investigation?
Because I've teamed up with many different people. I mean, I've strayed away from my team and went off with Angel Val and her group, and we've had some fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were telling me about her because I want to get her on the show because she's a writer. And now,
Yeah.
You said she has a series. Those like fiction or nonfiction?
She does both.
Oh, cool. I'll have to give her a call to see if we can get her on the show. I think that'd be really cool.
Oh, she's
excited.
sweet.
I told her.
Good. So any other hauntings in Ohio that you can get involved in? Or do you know of?
Cortland Opera House was a good place.
Cortland?
Cortland Opera House. There's an old bookstore in Kinsman, Ohio that's related to my Kinsman House family. That was Frederick's father's property originally. And that is an active location as well. And we've had books coming off of the shelves at us. Yeah.
What kind of work did they do? Is this just like
the Kinsmans?
Yes.
Initially they were land surveyors.
Land surveyors. Okay. Cool.
And then
that's interesting. And how many houses are connected to the Kinsman house that you rent out?
We only have possession of the Kinsman house, but family-wise, City Hall right next door to us is a brother of Olive. The Akron Stone Mansion is also a brother of Olive. And every single building that is associated with the Kinsman Perkins family, so far that I have found, are active throughout the family.
Wow.
Now, my personal belief, I have no basis for this, but knowing history, Simon Perkins, which would have been Olive's father and the father of the other 2 houses that I was telling you about, he cleared land for the Pony Express from Connecticut to Chicago. I personally believe that he was cursed by the Native Americans. I mean, there's no living descendants of his today. He had 13 kids.
And they're all dead. They were
All
all died. There's no like lineage that goes on. That's it.
No.
They're gone. That's
They're gone.
sad.
That
Yeah.
is.
Well, it seems like a lot of them are like in that time period are cursed by the Indians or something. Or
Well, they were being pushed off of their land. They were losing everything they had. I mean, that's how you're going to have to look at it. I mean, either some or fight them, and they were losing the fighting
they
battle.
don't have no good luck. You build on their land, that no one has good luck, and that would be reason enough to haunt the place.
Right.
That's really well. Melanie, want to thank you for joining us tonight. Sean and Jason, do you have anything else you want to chime in with Melanie?
I'm just looking forward to coming back and investigating sometime in the future with our some new equipment we got, and nothing will go unnoticed this time.
I look forward to it.
And I'm wishing you happy hunting, hon.
Yes.
Thank you for
Happy
being on
hunting,
the
and
show.
thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank
It was
you.
great having you.
Thanks for having me.
Great. Well, guys, that sounds like pretty interesting. I'm glad we got her on the show. She's puts in a lot of tried to figure out why it's haunted, and that being cursed is a good enough reason,
Mm-hmm.
So you have a lot of evidence regarding the Kinsman house. Didn't you say you saw shadow people?
Yeah, we actually
Yes.
got so far. I mean, we have hours and hours of evidence because when you have like 8+ cameras running and audio devices, it takes a little bit of time to go through it all. We're having jobs. But from what from just my evidence that I've gathered so far, I got the REM pod hit when as soon as we asked a question about laying on the bed on video. I posted that picture of the spirit, which resembles a child in the fireplace from the living room. There's a couple videos of orbs. I'm just trying to fine tune them to make sure it's not like dust, and make sure that it's legit before we post anything, because we just post real stuff. We don't want to I know Russ. Sean, didn't he use his SLS? I think he had a couple hits on his SLS camera. It was
Did he get that Connect thing? Did he see anything with that?
Yeah, there was actually
he did.
in the break room where we were kind of like had home base. He actually had it showed a spirit sitting behind one of our team members, and then he said something, and it darted right off, like it got up and just ran off. It was crazy. I was like, "What the heck is going on?"
It was crazy.
So we're gonna talk to him this weekend and see if we can get that footage so we can upload it and share it with everybody. It's really cool to see.
Jason, when we were in that Muriel room, whatever, when we were doing the K2 sessions, you did get that on video, did you not?
Yeah, there was cameras running, and the audio device was running then too. So
yeah, especially that ghost box that we had, that worked out perfect.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that thing is turning out to be like a priceless piece of equipment. And especially upgrading and getting the Faraday wallet to block out the radio signal, so it's just straight up white noise, and then hearing the spirits come through it's incredible. Absolutely,
it was. Yes, we had good evidence on that.
Yeah, it's really interesting how when she said about all the children that died there, and I would think that there would be more. You got kids and they died. You think you'd have more evidence that there was little kids there?
Yeah,
but surprised you guys didn't get anything.
Well, the thing with kid spirits, I feel, is a lot of times when a group of people comes in. I mean, like, I'm 6'2", Sean's a big guy. We might be kind of scary to these children because they were so young. They see a group of these big people come in. They're like, "Who's this? What are they doing?"
The only thing I can think of is that they just died of a peaceful death and they're in heaven. That's what I would like to look at it that way. That they're in heaven and they're not sticking around.
Yeah. That's definitely.
It's just kind of strange. It's just kind of strange that she doesn't have any. There's no report on like who is that?
I don't know. Who was it?
I don't know. There's no like cause of death on the. You can find stuff on death certificates from that time. I mean, you can go online and go research that. There's no cause of death.
Yeah, so we asked Melanie about that, and it was like one of those time periods where there's different speculations of what may or may not have happened. Nobody knows for certain, but I can't see. I could see it being easy to lose records, from a time frame.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those ordeals.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I don't know. I guess I just want to see some real ghost evidence. I mean, orbs and
Did
you see?
You have to come on an investigation.
Nah, I don't think so.
Come on
I think that I want to see some clear-cut evidence that there is, like an orb. To me, is not enough evidence. It just like how do we know this Kinsman house is really haunted?
Oh, it is.
Oh,
I mean, I don't see like there's no real evidence proving. I mean, somebody grabbed me at Bushy Run Battlefield down at the Lime Wall. I mean, that's just I guess I'll be turning into a skeptic, guys.
That's okay. That's okay because I started off like
skeptics.
Yeah, skeptics are very welcome to come out on an investigation, because I will tell you from my firsthand experience, that I was skeptical. I believed, but I was skeptical until I witnessed and saw it, and that changed my life forever on the paranormal.
Now, when you guys were at the Blair House and we did that live, I mean, I believe that your guys were. Who was it that was having some issues? What was his name? My God, I can't. The one guy
Roy,
down in the
Augie,
basement.
Russ,
It
Roy.
wasn't Augie.
Roy.
Was it Russ? Was it Russ?
Roy. No, it was Roy.
Roy that got hit. He felt pain in his neck.
Yeah.
Was that Roy?
Yes.
Now, I found the Blair House to be more like paranormal entities there than the Kinsman House. To me, and I'm pretty psychic, guys. I don't have any real watching your videos, watching your live that you did on the Kinsman House. I don't feel I'm not grabbing it. I mean, the Blair House I did. The Lake Shawnee I did. But the Kinsman House, I'm not pulling anything. And I don't know if any other investigators who've been there feel the same way. And if they are, please comment on our chat on our YouTube or Twitch or Facebook, because I don't know. Maybe when you go back with your other equipment, where we're going to get to now, I want to know what your equipment was. You said you got this new equipment. And I want to know what kind of equipment. So tell me, what kind of equipment did you get?
Enjoy the show.
Well, let's start off with this. So we're heading back to the Blair House this weekend.
Good.
Now, the thing that separates us from the time when we were there in the fall till now is equipment. So since then, we've, a lot of us been working overtime, just trying to pinch pennies, get some really upgrade to really up our investigations. So Russ is upgraded. He's got a thermal imager now. So we'll be running thermal. So nothing, if there's cold spots or shadows and, changing temperature, we'll be able to find that. I actually just picked up a Lumix modified for full spectrum camera. It's the FZ80. You can get those off of Ghost Supply websites. They're custom made, because they obviously got to be modified. It just came the other day.
What's special about this camera?
It sees the full spectrum of light. So if you take your regular still shot camera and you turn the lights out, it's dark. Now you take this camera that's modified, you put an infrared light on or a full spectrum light, and it illuminates the whole room in total darkness. So now we'll really be able to see without flashes and, to cause, discrepancies, with dust and stuff like that. We'll be able to see in total darkness. We'll be able to get a lot of professional grade
so you
photographs.
don't have to have any flash on. You don't need nothing. It just
just an infrared light and the camera, and just go to town taking pictures. I'm really excited to use that. Like I said, it just came and I've been saving up for a while. This time at the Bel Air, we'll have the REM pod, because there's a couple rooms that, that we were told, toys would move around and things like that. So we're going to set the REM pod up. We've got laser grids. I myself, I think I'll have 8 or 9 cameras running, and 1 or 2.
8 or 9 cameras.
Yeah, I'm going to have the whole house.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I've got 2 surveillance systems that are going to be running, spirit box, audio. I have a regular still shot camera. It's a Nikon D3300. I'm going to be taking, regular pictures with that. And then I'm going to be using the full spectrum camera. I'm going to be using the night vision camcorder. I have a full spectrum POV camcorder. So nothing's going on.
It's insane.
And you're staying the night this time?
We're staying the whole weekend again.
Oh, that'll be good. So you can be up all night and catching that. Now, is Roy going to go downstairs?
Yeah, it's the plan. And like we said, Rusty has the SLS system for this one too, so that's going to be exciting. So, we'll be able to see if there's any spirits roaming around, especially downstairs.
Where's this at again? Where's Blair House?
Right out in Ohio.
It seems like Ohio's really got the ghost.
Yeah, right.
It's crazy. Yeah, so that's interesting. How long does it take you to get there?
About an hour.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
It's not bad.
The worst part is the excitement and anticipation of getting there. Like right now, I'm like a kid at Christmas right now. I'm like, I can't wait.
So, so you just set up how long does it take you to set up all your cameras?
Well, let's see. The surveillance to get everything set the way we want it, and figure out where we're going to place the cameras for the best shots, and with motion detectors and everything of that nature. Probably probably spent about an hour just on surveillance, motion detectors, setting up laser grids, and then we'll go back and then figure out, okay, I'm going to walk around with this night vision camera, but I'm going to set this one up on a tripod stationary to watch this room or that room. So there's a lot that goes into it. So being there for the whole weekend is what really helps, because we're not on a time crunch. Like, hurry up, set up. Oh crap, we didn't get to investigate. We got to turn it on. So it's going to be a good one.
It sounds like it's going to be a good one. So you have the Blair House, and so there's other like local like people that you go on investigations. Can you tell us anything about the investigations that you've been on lately, that without giving out too much of the owner of the house or the people involved? Could you tell us a little bit about the investigations?
We went on that one a couple weeks ago near the Clark, residence, and we were able to help those people, which was fantastic, because those spirits were really messing with their 10-year-old son, and we've heard nothing but great compliments from them since. Once we went in, found the problem, got rid of the problem, they're super happy. The atmosphere is a lot more positive, and
what was
fresh.
The problem?
Spirits from the Clark house across the street were channeling in.
Somebody has a recording playing in the background.
Yeah, I hear that.
Okay.
Not me.
So, they believe that these spirits were coming from the Clark building into their house.
Oh, they were coming.
And how were they coming in
Yep.
the front? Just
There was a portal in the front living room. There was a wall, like their front door actually was on the side of the house, which is really odd. But there was a portal at the bottom of the stairs in the front living room, which would be the outside wall facing the abandoned Clark house. And it wasn't until after, we were trying to figure out what was going on outside, because that's where the problem initially started, that we went in there. And, when I was wandering around, I noticed this one spot, and I'm like, all right, I think something's going on here. I'm going to walk away. And then I walked back into it, and it just hit me like a ton of bricks. So,
Now,
I told Sean and Roy.
did you get any idea who it was, what it was? Was it a male or female? Was it demonic? Was it just an angry spirit?
Yeah, basically just angry.
It was a male?
Yes.
Did you get any anything off him? Did you get any pictures, any EVPs, anything on your readers that if you can ask a question or not?
Yeah, we actually got I took about 300 pictures that night with I used the full spectrum POV camera I had. Instead of for video, I decided to take still shots with it. And out of that 300, I think I got a very, very small handful where there's some faces that appeared in the shots. So
that one picture I seen, is that the one?
There were several, so I'm sure he's seen it.
Well, I think you're gonna have to figure out, maybe contact go and try to find out who's the previous owner, who owns the house. And I think we probably can do that by going on to maybe tax information on Allegheny County to find out or call the real estate agent. And I think you guys should definitely call them and see if you could go. And then once you're there, you can actually ask them, can I talk to the owner? And just, if you can just tell them what's going on. Maybe they want to sell it to the historical society and do what Melanie does. Yeah. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
Sean, don't you agree?
I sure do.
I mean, because if this is you said there was more than one home out that way, right? Or not? There.
Yeah, there's the main Clark house, then the abandoned Clark house, and it's a real small neighborhood like surrounding them, kind of.
And they're like all related to the Clarks.
Yes. No, not the people, but the house.
No, the house. You said that.
The abandoned house. Yes.
So they're not related to the Clarks?
No, the houses that are there now were built
originally.
The original houses, most of them got ripped down. So there's only two left, the abandoned one and then the one that's for sale. That was part of the Clark family. Now, the houses surrounding it were built in the 50s, the 1950s. like a little neighborhood, you know,
Mhm.
when Pittsburgh was booming, and then you know, they left the main house and then the abandoned Clark house.
Are
And,
the Clarks alive? I mean, the candy company.
Oh,
uh,
I don't know.
I have no idea.
You know,
I
I
don't
could
know.
see this being like on American Horror Story. Maybe they should buy it.
Yeah.
You know,
So
film there.
so
I'm
we
being
do have,
totally it's really cool inside. You saw the pictures, right?
yeah, yeah, it's real
Oh
nice.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not like
Yeah.
it's you know, and how old did we say that house was? 18 what?
1850s.
Now that's something that should be picked up by the historical society and they can run it out. So you know what I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna give them a call. And I'm
All
gonna
right,
tell
cool.
them, you know, because and
Appreciate
tell them about the Kinsman house. I mean, you guys should be making money off this house, and you guys can investigate there. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're getting
that.
down to the witching hour. Okay, I don't want to get
Yep.
kicked off. Well, no, see, no, I on here it says we're only at 49 minutes. No, I don't know, but we'll have to head on out. But we have next week I can't get a hold of my Thomas Perrette who said he was abducted by aliens. So I think we're going to have an opening for next week. So
That
anyways,
would be good.
yeah, I hope so. We'll figure out something. If not, we'll just talk. But anyways, it was a great show tonight. And it's time to say goodbye.
Yep.
I welcome everybody
Goodbye.
to continue the conversation on Facebook. And Jason and Sean, let me know if you want to do a Facebook Live. We can do it from Blair House. I'm up. I don't have any plans, so that'll be cool if you want to.
Awesome.
But
Yep.
please check out my author page, J.E. Nicasio. Check out YouTube channel and subscribe to chasingprophecyradio.com and our YouTube channel. And good night, everyone. And thank you for tuning in to Chasing Prophecy.
Thank you, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Everybody.
Okay, you're done.
Oh, there we go.
Still on?
It
Yep,
says
we're on.
live video interrupted on
Yep.
Facebook.
We're not on Facebook no more.
Oh, on the I'm looking at it on the Pittsburgh Paranormal page.
Oh, we're still on.
No,
You
it
still
says
see-
Yeah.
live video
on.
interrupted.
Okay.
So I think we're off.
Okay.
We'll find out.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish I could figure out how to put the music on. I can put it on Facebook, but I won't know when we're on
Yeah.
live.
I'm sure
but-
we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where's Joe at? Is he still there? Or is he gone?
He might be taking a nap. I don't know.
Maybe. All right. Okay. Well, we have to think about a guest for next week, and so we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
It's not going to
We should be able to go live tomorrow. I bought that 40-foot HDMI cable and I did a
Okay.
test run. It actually
So we
works.
can do Streamlabs, but I'm not going to use the stream. What was it called? Streamlabs? What is it called? StreamYards.
StreamYard.
I won't use the I'm not paying for it no more. So I'm just paying for this service. I think that might be a reason why it's going out all over the place from this stream. And so I'm hoping that's where our numbers are going up. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I don't have anything going on. We can stream from there and I'll send you a link. Just
so
let
we
me
haven't-
know.
Yeah.
Just let me know a time. If you want to do it late, I don't care. I'll get up early. I mean, I'll stay up.
So we have a bunch of
Night.
investigations coming up. You should come and join us on one.
Okay. I have to take care of my dog. My mother can't take care. I think he just knocked us off. That's probably what he did. He just probably knocked us off. Yeah. I don't have. Well, I have to take care of my dog. I can't stay overnight anywhere. It's
No, just